Hear a lot of somebody's background cartoons or something. All right, we are live. Hello, I'm Jerry, Semo Picker. Now watching. Now you're now watching Reseller Therapy 10. I had to make sure I had the right number. You guys know most of us, so uh, we've been we've been selling and talking on eBay and YouTube, and I'm a little nervous. I'm caught off guard. Got so much going on in my head right now. But we're going to get around and everybody going to tell you about themselves. I guess, John, you can go first.
Hey, everybody. Can you hear me okay? If you
Yeah,
can.
yeah. There's some feedback with you, John, like some TV or something in the background.
Yeah.
I'll have to, my kids are watching TV. I'll have to go tell them to knock it off or I'll put them up for adoption. Anyways, my name's John and I've been reselling on eBay for, 20 years, since 1997. I buy and sell junk. Thanks. Scott?
Man, that was short and sweet. I had a bearded picker, Scott. eBay, Amazon. I do videos. I do a morning show Tuesday, Thursday. Usually try to put out a video a day, but it hadn't happened this week. They some strangers Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon wanted to play in my groin, and now they've left me in pain. For those of you who don't know, I had a heart cath done Tuesday, so I've been limited to. I couldn't drive till yesterday, and I still can't pick up more than 5 pounds. But hey, but tomorrow we are headed to the state. Harlan and I are headed to a flea market tomorrow, so I'll get some video of that.
Have you told everybody the outcome, which was a good
Yeah, it was a false positive. No blockage and no buildup. So
too much Diet Coke before you went?
And I also gave up Diet Coke on Tuesday.
All right, Shane, how about yourself?
Hey everybody, I'm Shane the Rising Grand Picker, and thanks for joining us today. And I sell on Amazon and eBay, and mainly books on Amazon and random stuff on eBay that basically anything that can make me money. So yeah, so that's me.
And we also have another star guest, John's alter ego, Juan.
Hola, señor, muchachos.
He's been kicked off everything but YouTube so far.
My name is Juan, and I am from the south of the border. My cousin, his name is Juan also, but you know him as John. He has been kicked off of the Facebook for probably like 28 more days. So if you were friends with him, look up Juan Wanson, and maybe you could be friends with him on his my account. I will relay messages to him. Ole, good day, muchacho.
You need to stop being a bully.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah. I know. I'm horrible.
So basically, we're running out of ideas for the show, and I thought maybe we'd talk about the sales increasing because I think we've all noticed a big boost in sales lately, and maybe do a little show and tell some of the bigger items we've sold this month. Since this is the last day of the month, and tomorrow will be September, and maybe do some questions and answers from chat. So, does anybody want to add anything to this? Anything anybody wants to talk about that's important right now?
No, we're kind of in that period where there are not going to be any more updates for the year. eBay kind of leaves us alone and lets us sell. We're headed pretty 4 weeks away from the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one thing everybody needs to remember as the days get shorter and the temperatures change. You need to be ready for the fourth quarter. You should be sourcing pretty heavy. But the stuff that will sell in that time frame.
Right.
Yep. And that's what I've been doing is gearing up for that as well. And I have a ton of toys to list and stuff like that I've retail arbitrage and just a ton of stuff, hard goods and stuff like that. So it's pretty important that you want to get that stuff listed.
John?
I don't really have a whole lot going on. I did get an interesting item. I shipped an item to a guy, and it was the wrong address. So it was one of them EBF, one of those big guns, Nerf guns, and it came back, and he's like, "Where's my item?" And I'm like, "Your item was shipped, and it came back, and now he wants a refund." So I'm just going to give it to him. So eBay always throws curveballs at you. I've never had that before. I'd be like, that's just crazy. But I'm sure if I call eBay, they'll take care of it real easy. I learned that from Jerry. I used to never call eBay for anything. I'd be like, eBay's the enemy. And then Jerry's like, I called eBay and they did this. I'm like, what? No way. And then now I'm just like, hey, Megan, call eBay.
So did you charge shipping on that item?
I did.
He would. He would get a that's the one thing I'm thinking about switching over to. I think I talked about it this week. I'm thinking about switching over, especially my light items, to the free shipping a lot, because free refund, free returns, because I want the option to be able to say, hey, a partial that dude deserves a partial refund. He doesn't deserve the shipping back. It's his fault. He gave the wrong address. You did exactly what you're supposed to. You shouldn't be penalized because he's a moron.
But if you don't have free returns, I think that's the case anyway on eBay's policy, that if it's shipped and it says delivered, or it comes back any other way, there actually is no return, I believe.
Yeah, but without the free returns, you can't do a partial refund.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've talked to a lot of people, and from what I've understood so far is that the people who don't offer free returns, they've not seen any change in their business. People that don't offer free shipping, they've seen zero change in their business. I think eBay's. I love eBay. Love you, eBay. eBay, I love you. But they're just grasping at straws, trying to control their market share. And I'm not worried about it, because the only thing they're losing out to mainly is the new product. And for eBay, that's their concern. I couldn't give a shit. I couldn't give a crap, because I got a big pile of good used goods behind me. And eBay's always going to be the marketplace for used merchandise. So I don't care,
That's the thing, though, is I don't offer free returns at all, and I've still seen the spike in sales, and I haven't even listed hardly at all. And I'm still selling actually more than what I was before. So I think that I don't think it really matters, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I would agree with all that.
I do 30 days. That's it. 30-day returns. And I told them to go ahead and keep that extra percentage, because there's people that will disagree with me, and I totally get it. But if you do offer free returns and that percentage you're going to save on the final value fees, eventually the returns are going to outweigh the final value fee percentage, because it's so small, and it's 10%. So it's going to outweigh that.
See, my buddy Jason's in the chat. He says no free shipping, no free returns since 1995, and he put a little smiley face. And he brings up a great point. He has a business model that he still does a lot of auctions. If these cookie cutter business plans just don't work, it's got to be something that works for you. But I can tell you one thing Jason does. Jason is very responsive to customers. He takes care of customers. He accurately describes items. He follows his shipping policy. I mean, he does everything he says he's going to do, and he offers products at a competitive price that people want. And especially with his machine stuff, and now with the video games that he's been selling. So I mean, you can do it any way you want to, as long as you're taking care of the customer, you're doing right by the customer, and you're selling a product that is hard to find or in demand. So it's that part's never going to change, as long as you do your part on the platform, whether you charge shipping or not. As long as you take care of the customer and do right by the customer and represent yourself and your products correctly, then that's the issues that are important.
Yep. No, I agree. And obviously customers, they come on eBay to find a quality item for a good price. And I think that's what a lot of eBay customers do is they want a quality item at a good price. And if you have that, I think you'll sell.
And trying to be professional anytime you got to type to them. And I mean, think about what you're typing and type it correctly. Be professional.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people can take typing out of context. It's happened to me a long time ago, just because I never proofread. I just click enter, send it on.
Yeah,
Don't redneck type like me.
yeah, well, especially too if you're upset about a return or if you're upset about something, take a few minutes to cool down and then answer the question or do whatever. I mean, because you've got to take you've got to. I mean, a lot of people here are very good resellers. I see in the chat. You just got to be professional, and you got to understand that this is your business. Maybe the person who's doing it doesn't know anything about eBay, and I mean, as much as you don't want to think about it, sometimes we have to educate the customers on how eBay actually works, and so.
Yep.
I don't do free returns on everything. I only do it on anything new and something I trust. Other than that, I won't do free returns.
That's the thing is like, I worked retail management for almost 9 years. And the thing is, you learn, and I like how Scott said that, is you have to educate your customers. And you do. It's all about educating them to set guidelines and boundaries. And if you don't do that, yeah, they're going to freaking walk all over you because, like the person that goes into Target and screams and yells at the service center because they want to return a $5 item. That's going to happen if you don't educate them.
Man, I can't tell you. I worked fast food restaurants management for 25 years. And I can't tell you how mad people get over a $1 order of French fries. I mean, they act like the entire end of the world. I mean, it is the second coming of Jesus is right around the corner because there was either they didn't get enough fries, they were cold, they were missing, whatever. And you're trying to explain this to your employees that, that is our biggest profit item, that and drinks. Just give them another one. It doesn't matter. If they're bad, throw them away. Don't serve this crap to customers because that's where we make all of our freaking money.
Yeah.
And
I agree with that because you go into like McDonald's and they got a bunch of built up fries because he wants to get caught up so he can stand around a little more. And then you get cold fries. I can't stand it. But I never flip out on one of the checkers.
Yeah, the trick is if you ask for no salt, then they always have to cook them separate.
Yeah, that's the truth. I work in
But it's in our business too. It's customers are expecting. Craig had a good example. He shipped an electronic, and it happens to me too. And if it part of it doesn't work, he sent a full refund immediately. I find myself doing that a lot too. They'll say, "What would I do with this?" I'm like, "Well, throw it away. Do whatever you want to with it. I don't want it back because, coming
Put
back
yourself in the hole more.
Coming back to me broken. What good is it? I mean, if it's I had a big VCR that broke. It was a $300 VCR. But it was still worth like 170 broken. So I had that sent back. Yeah. But if there's no value in it, I mean, we all sell used stuff on this panel. I do mix in some new stuff, but what's your cost in it? That's the.
I mean, some of your electronics and stuff like that, it's better to get it sent back sometimes because the parts in it could be worth more than what you actually sold it for anyway. So send it back broke, I'll part it out.
And I mean, I got a VCR in the other room. I'm going to list. I paid 25 cents for it. And it sells for $70. If it's broken when it gets there, like I care, but I'm just going to send them a refund. I'm going to lose 25 cents and some shipping,
Yeah, old stuff breaks in shipping, guys. If you've ever watched FedEx and the way they handle, I mean, I save money using FedEx. But I've got to the point where they're the ones that have broke 3 things lately, and I'm like, what? How much money am I actually saving when they're playing, football and whatever? The post office, for knock on wood, the post office has been great. They have gotten stuff there and not tore it up. But FedEx, oh my god.
Yep.
They all throw their packages though. Every single one of them.
I've not had a single problem with FedEx yet. Knock on wood.
I've never had a lot of problems with FedEx, but I've never shipped electronics through FedEx.
And the money that FedEx has saved me, the money that I have saved through shipping FedEx, they could break a package and I'd still be ahead at this point. I shipped an item the other day that saved me $100 in shipping.
Right.
Yeah, and in July they broke a $300 VCR and a $180 VCR.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not throwing out accusations, but are you packing them adequately, double boxing, or?
They were dropped on the corner, so both of them shattered on the corner.
Really?
I have changed and went to the large bubble wrap because I was out of it because I hadn't been doing eBay as much, and I've actually started, which is a good thing, is I've taken old boxes now and I actually around all the corners I reinforce every corner now, so that even though I'm still using the same boxes, which I've always used, the same size that I order from the same company, they're double wall boxes, but just to keep the corners protected. The corners are actually quadruple box now because they have a heavy duty box that's been cut up that goes inside.
Yeah, that worked out.
And if they drop that just right, even if it's triple wall, I mean, it's still gonna break. That's the thing. I mean, if they drop it high enough or hard enough and just right, it's gonna break anyway.
No matter how much you wrap it and everything, impact's still gonna be an impact through the linings. Even
some of those,
you're trying to lessen it.
And some of those old like vintage receivers, man, those things could go bad just with a little bump.
That's why I love stuff that comes in the original box. I'll pay more for an item that comes with the box of the packing material, just to know that that's one less headache that I have when I got to resell it.
Yeah, but with old VCRs and stereo equipment, I mean, that's pretty hard to find sometimes. You know.
You're right. It's near impossible. But when you do find it, you're happy, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
At least the receiver's a little harder to throw. The only thing you got to worry about is them dropping it.
Yeah. That's the key. And I love selling receivers. I just don't come across a lot for a good price that I can make money on.
Yeah, I was on a flight one time to Texas, and I'm sitting there right to where they throw the bags in, and I had a bunch of personal things in there, and I think I was flying Southwest, and I saw both of my bags. I bet you the dude threw them 30 foot. I flipped out.
30 feet.
And they gave me $300 off my next flight.
That's what FedEx is.
Pictures of it and videoed it. And I showed it to them when I got off, and they hooked me up.
That's what FedEx is doing. That's what FedEx is doing with Scott's package in the truck.
Man, it makes me so mad.
I've got a store. I'm sorry.
I'm like, I should start packing more like a woman. That way they can't pick it up and throw it like that.
For any disgruntled women, you can message Jerry. No.
Well, women know they pack heavy and they don't really pack light. I ain't met one yet.
Yeah. What was it? I had that bike that I shipped UPS. I to this day don't ship UPS because I put a bike. I shipped a bike and they bent the forks on it, and the guy said I didn't pack it adequately. And I said, "How in the world do you adequately pack a steel framed bike that you bent? You bent steel." I said, "What am I supposed to do? Ship it in a steel container?" And the dude hung up on me. I was like, he knew he was wrong. How do you not approve that claim? You bent steel tube. It was abuse. There was abuse.
That's with FedEx, I think you get $100 covered in insurance, but that's why like sometimes priority mail, if it's even if it's an extra $10, I think sometimes that's better because it's usually fully insured for the most part.
Right.
So with the increase in sales, that'd be a good time to remind everyone the things that have gotten you through the summer that have helped battle I don't necessarily agree it's a slowdown. I think everybody is busy, including us.
Mm-hmm.
The things that promoted listings, great pictures, good descriptions, selling things that people want. Using titles that are searchable, that move you up and don't use the the characters and all that crazy mess. And thought everything that you've been doing this summer, it is now really time to really not give up on those things. If they've given you results this summer, they're gonna pay dividends coming up in the next few months.
Mm-hmm.
Damn right.
You know, I see a lot of people, a lot of sellers, just get a little lazy when stuff starts selling. They stop doing the things that are driving themselves. So don't shoot yourself in the foot. It's a good time to remind everybody, if you're getting by with decent sales now, you're gonna crush it in the next the next 3 months, 3 to 4 months. And so take advantage of every opportunity. So if that means continuing to do promoted listings and continuing to do all these things, because the next slowdown is around the corner.
When I got rid of my promotions and stuff is when I really started seeing a hike in my sales. But I ain't been listening a lot lately. I've been kind of playing.
You've been on a funk.
Yeah, and that's the key, is the list. Because I'll be honest with you, like, if you don't list, you're not going to sell. And I've had people in the past reach out to me and they're like, "Hey, I'm not selling." And I look at the eBay stores and they have 10 items in there. You got to list. It has to be consistent. Like, try to list something every day. I've been selling some, but not near as what I usually do, because I haven't listed in the last 2 weeks hardly any. I've listed maybe 25 items, if that. So this weekend it's going to be, setting my block. I'm going to put time blocks out when I do pictures and stuff like that, because I have a lister and she's going to, list all that stuff up. But I got to time block the time out to do it. And that's the key.
The crazy card. Wait, what?
I gotta find things people want.
Right. I've been doing it wrong. I find things I want, and hopefully people buy them.
Yeah.
So I think everybody on this panel's seen quite a big increase in sales lately, haven't we?
Decent amount.
Yeah.
I mean, my increase probably hasn't been so great because I just haven't been listing.
Well, you've been increasing on Amazon for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's been huge for me.
And eBay, you went a funk because you wasn't listing. You were focused on Amazon, correct?
Yep. I mean, tonight I shipped out 100 pounds of books, and every week I've been shipping out anywhere from about 60 to 90 pounds of books.
And I think, John, you've done pretty good. I think I've seen 2 pictures this month with a huge list of mail going out.
We've did a lot. Our sales are up, but I have had a couple really good licks. Really cool guy turned me on to a couple things, and that helped out a lot too. But I ain't even got my eBay pulled up here. But but we're still doing good even without the couple big sales that I had. We're still doing good. It's just because we've just been listing more. Every night I list. We're listing on a second account now. We've got over almost 100 items on it, or 80 or something now.
That other eBay account you made's pretty much just for mailable items, so ain't it?
No, actually, I've started the conversion on it to where it will be just a secondary eBay account to list more merchandise on, to eventually build it up to another a premium store. I've got 77 items on it. I've sold in the past 2 days. What I was doing is I'm actually doing a test for a YouTube video, but I'll go on and fill some people in. People are always saying that you got to have numbers to have items to make good money. I have 77 items listed on this account, and I sold $37.90 today, and I sold $60 yesterday, and I sold $27 Tuesday. So this week we did $124 with 77 items listed, and the last 2 days is when I really started ramping up and listing stuff on that. So it doesn't matter how much you have listed. You can, I think, with 200 good items in your store, you could replace Midwest income. If you live in a small town like I do, I could literally replace a part-time job right now with 77 items, and with 200 items listed, I would make as much income off of an eBay account as I would working full-time for just at $9 an hour. So there'll be more about this later on. I'm running something over in my head. That's why I switched gears with that store.
And I've not noticed it. I've sold some big items, and then this week I sold the same amount without the big items. So I know sales are up, but the amount's not up for me.
I have noticed a big increase on things that were sitting. Actually, I probably wouldn't mind doing a little show and tell here. If I can screen share.
Whip it out.
Whip it out. I guess am I screen sharing now? Let's see. I am now. I sold this item for $202.50. It shipped out. I got that for $1.50, $2. I bought like 20 things at a like a estate kind of sale, yard sale / estate sale. Ended up seeing it was worth a lot of money, which is pretty cool. That was shipped. These, some Schwinn ice skates, brand new in a box, never used. I paid $6 for them at Goodwill. Sold them, shipped, and only cost me like $9 to ship. I bought all these cards for $1. There ended up being some Kurt Warner signed cards and Ernie Conwell signed card. I sold them for $50. Took a little cut on them, but can't complain. I'll let John or somebody else show a couple things. I've got a few more things to show.
Hey,
let me get some stuff.
I think a lot of people saw the computers, or I don't know if they heard a story about. I picked up a computer at Walmart. It was $184. I actually sold it on Amazon, Merchant Fulfilled, for $650.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
nice.
Right. It was $15 to ship it. So that was my and I just did Craig said he's been picking up $4 profit books. I've done a video. I haven't got it edited yet, but 46 books, $790 in profit.
Nice. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's nice, and then turn it to you.
For Amazon, for me, like I've sold some stuff on eBay, like a decent amount of stuff. I think my sales are, if I can look them up, I think this week I've done like maybe 300 or 400. Not a whole lot because I've really been focused on Amazon. But this month, so August was my first month of jumping into Amazon FBA. I've sold a ton of surge protectors on eBay. I've sold 2 tonight already, so that's a plus. So August, I think 2nd was my first day actually on Amazon FBA. Every day in August, I've sold something but one thing. Every single day in August but one. And I've had days where I've hit almost 204 different times. I've done, right now, I just went $5 over $1,400 in sales. So closing in on 15. And that's going to be probably a net profit of almost 600. That's with, it would have been probably a little over 700, but I had $100 return on one freaking book. So that busted me down to like almost 600. But yeah.
But you're gonna have that. John, you got anything, brother, you want to share?
Yeah, let me do some screen sharing. My internet's kind of poor tonight. Of course, everyone knows that. Let me screen share here. Share. Okay. This is a set of Karsten Ping Zing golf clubs that I sold. I picked these up at a yard sale for $50, and I flipped them for $150. These were the black dot. That's what you want to look out for. I bought this when we went down to Memphis. On the way down, I bought a set of roller skates and knee pads and knee protector pieces. Paid $15 for them. My wife kept the bag, and I sold them for $119 plus shipping. I bought this from a friend of mine. Was going to use it in my eBay business or YouTube, but it's just a lot more work to use a DVC camera or high 8. Ended up just flipping it. I think I paid $70 for it. Flipped it for $214. I've got this nice grill. This is the stuff that I FedEx. I'm telling you, do not be afraid to buy the big stuff. This is where a lot of money is made and where you can stand out. I bought this GMC grill from a guy. I got a bunch of car parts from him. Love car parts. And I think I probably had like $20 in it. I sold it for $174.95. He got it for free, so we both did really well. I bought this keyboard. Jerry was with me when I bought this keyboard up at Goodwill. I sourced the sheet music rest from the bins, and I added that with it. And it's a Yamaha PSR 550. If you ever find a keyboard with a floppy disk drive in it, they're older, but they're normally high quality. This one sold for $699.95. And I had $75 in that, so that was a huge gain. And then, of course, thanks to the Bearded Picker, I picked up picked up 3 of these brand new HP Pavilion desktop, the 570s, and my wife is using one. I sold the other 2 to a gentleman that lives in Nashville, Tennessee. He bought both of them, and we shipped them out for $1,100. I didn't get Scott money out of them, but I'm okay. I'll be happy. So that's just some of the items that I have, some of my bigger items. And this month we have actually, we're actually about to go to my eBay section here. It takes forever. I don't know why my internet's so slow tonight. We're setting on about $2,700 for the week, and we did about $8,300 in the month. We're over $20,000 for the past 90 days. So sales have been absolutely great. The response to item received cases, that guy with that Nerf gun. But we've been doing really well. So sales are up for us, which I'm taking advantage of that. While sales are up, I'm outsourcing, stocking stuff away for the winter. That's why I've got all of this stuff behind me. I've been trying to buy, not being ashamed. I used to be scared, and now I'm just go.
Well,
Yeah, don't let anybody tell you can't do retail arbitrage on eBay. It can be done.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
damn right.
It's harder to do in Amazon for the most part, but you know, there are certain items, like especially like electronics and computers. You know, he got $100 less than I did on, but still, they sold it about the same time frame. I think mine sold in a couple days. Yours sold maybe 3 days. I mean, it did take the difference wasn't much.
Yeah, my wife came in and she goes, "Did you see what we just sold?" And I'm like, "No." She goes, and she showed me. I was like, "Nice." And then I got on Scott. I got on the internet and told Roll Tide. I owe him that.
Krillin wants to know where you find them big boxes.
Where I find big boxes, well, me and Jerry live in a town where they have a big cat company, source boxes, and I make my own boxes. I Frankenboxed that grill. I double boxed it, and FedEx is so cheap that it's just, you can make a retarded box, just huge and big and full of stuff, and it ships cheap. So I just fill it full of foam. And we're pretty fortunate. There's one company that makes caps, and you can go there and get boxes. And there's another company that make styrofoam blocks. So I just go over there and dig in their dumpster and dig out styrofoam.
And we also got that dumpster for the furniture store that always has them like them styrofoam rails.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, furniture stores. If you're going to use a lot of styrofoam, that's a good source for styrofoam.
Yeah.
Where
Because you got the triangles.
I find my treasure trove is the Pier 1 dumpster. It's amazing. You can pull out gigantic trash bags full of bubble wrap and styrofoam. It's nuts.
All right. I guess I got a few more items I can show. Let's see. Like right here, I got this. Is the same place I got that Sony recorder sold over $200. Probably have two.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was brand new in a box. This, I got these at auction a long time ago, and I've been selling them probably 5 to 10 a month. I probably paid $1 for the whole briefcase of them, but
I remember. Yeah.
I still got probably 25 left, and they're just selling for $9-10 a piece. This, I sold it for $360, and he paid $60 shipping to Italy, and I got feedback for it today, which is cool. I bought this a long time ago, gave it to my father-in-law that passed away, and I received it back and decided to put it on eBay. I also got these. I paid $1 for a box of shoes where I got the Gucci's, and I believe that's where I got these. I can't quite remember, but I sold them for 22 ship. It cost me $6 to ship. I bought these at Goodwill. I can't believe it. It was either $6 or $9, but I sold them for 54. Paid shipping because somebody in Canada bought them. He said he couldn't find any that size up there, so I sent it to him. Got good feedback off that. I paid $3 for this at Goodwill with me and John together. It's a relamping kit. Made a really good profit off
Yeah.
of that for $3. That was with all the other good stuff I sold. This went to Arkansas. Cost me FedEx, I think it was $18 to ship, and they're
So,
very pleased with it.
yeah, don't be scared, folks. If our parts are not working, because there's still a lot of stuff that older stuff like that is still worth a lot of money.
Because I mean, the only thing that really keep that thing from working right there is the rubbers in the primer where you pump it up, and it loses seal. That's why I put for parts not working, and
Nice.
told them that in the description. That let's see, and yeah, I put it up here in the description when I put it in. If I read more, but I also got this. I got that same place. I got that radio and that $40 of all that stuff.
Mm.
Probably
Hey,
17 other items. I've made a hell of a profit off that.
I've sold a couple of those.
And I found this on High Street in our town for $4
You know,
at an estate sale, and I sold it. For,
you know, what's crazy. I interrupt just real quick before you get too far ahead. Those Sonicare toothbrushes used will sell.
oh yeah,
People
they're
will
hot.
boil them out. Yeah, they.
Yeah, I might have found them at Walmart on clearance. I might have sold 50 or 60 of those.
Yeah, you can beat them when they sell.
That was
Tell you
like
what,
over, I think it was November. Clearance down pretty last November. I think clearance
Yeah.
down pretty low.
Yeah, they had them down to $15.
Yeah,
And I-
it was.
I don't want to plug for them, but if you can ever get one or some, buy some for everybody in your family for Christmas or whatever. Because once you brush your teeth with them, it's almost like you just come from the dentist. They are really, really good toothbrushes. In case you didn't know, you ought to try it at least once. And I guess we can go back to you, Scott. You got anything else to share with us?
Yeah, so I sold this today. Let's hit the share button. Where's your share screen? There it is. So I was looking at an auction. It was wrong one. Act like I'm a rookie on. I was looking at an auction and I had a bunch of gauges and stuff. Jerry and I were looking at it, and Jerry's like, "You need to look them up. They could be worth a lot of money." And I'm like, he was way ahead of me. He's like, "When you get to this one, and this one, So I ended up spending $330 at that online auction, and this sold today. I took an offer of $147 on it. It's a snap gauge. The snap gauge itself was worth about 70 or 80, but it has a. If you don't know about a piece of equipment, you just got to Google it, keep looking at it, because that digital gauge was worth like new digital gauge is like $300. So the two of them together were, made it worth a lot more than just listing it as a regular snap gauge.
Nice.
So that was today. So
Nice.
everything else they've seen it. Most people have seen everything I sell. I'll tell them every Monday.
I'll show off a couple scores real quick I picked up this week.
But yeah, and best offers, just because you think they're a low ball. The guy started out offering me $100 for that gauge, and I picked some random number, the 147 number, and 72 cents, and he didn't even come back with another one. He just bought it. And there were no the one gauge, there was a sale for it, but there was nothing that had the digital gauge on the digital readout on it. So
nice.
Yeah, Rod's exactly right. Google is your friend. Don't just rely on the eBay app. Especially if I see so many people go, well, I looked it up on eBay, I couldn't find one, so I left it. Well, what the hell eBay is not the only thing to look things up on.
Yeah.
If I find something that's not on eBay, I can't find it on eBay, I get excited because you're going to be able to set the price. If it's something that you think might have some value to it, you're about to set the price on.
So I picked up a crap ton of electronics. I've been running Craigslist ads all week because I usually do that quite a bit around this time of year and throughout the year. And I've been running Craigslist ads all week, and I've bought a ton of crap. I have a whole box of CBs out in my car. I still got to test and list. But I bought this. This came in a lot. It's brand new. The packaging's a little ripped up, but it's a Carry Systems 2-door controller. It has the motherboard inside, still shrink wrapped and everything. This should bring anywhere from about $520 to about $700.
Wow.
And I paid $50 for it. There's some actives just for the motherboard. Used, they sell for like over $300.
Was that a pickup that you found local or?
Yep, all local. Yep. Yeah, I run ads. I run ads, and people contact me with the stuff they want to buy, and I buy it. And then I went thrifting. This is a really cool pickup. It's not really worth a ton. It might sell for about $30, but it is a Nintendo Monopoly set.
That's cool.
And I just thought it was really cool. I paid a couple bucks for it, and I just thought, hey, you know what? Board games sell pretty good in the fourth quarter. I'll pick it up, and so yeah.
I've seen a lot of Monopoly games. I've never seen that one.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to find from what I'm reading, but they sell for like anywhere from. I mean, it ranges from like 30 to 40. But yeah, it's pretty neat. It has Mario, and I haven't even opened it yet, but I'm pretty sure it has all the pieces just by the weight of it. It's pretty weighty, but the thing with these are awesome because if it don't have all the pieces, you can make a decent amount of money on parting it out too.
Yeah, the individual pieces sell really well. In fact, if you can get a ton of Monopoly games, what you can do, like if you can pick up board games for 50 cents a piece at yard sales, I'll take all of the Monopoly money and I'll save it up for like a couple months, all the hotels, all the board pieces, and I list them in lots, like a lot of like 500 hotels, 500 houses. People do all kinds of weird stuff with that. The little figures, the Star Wars figures, Simpsons, forget about it. They're just crazy.
Clue pieces do really well too. I've sold several. I used to when I really first started selling on eBay, I sold a lot of parted out board games just because it was easy to find. back then you could go to freaking Goodwill and buy a board game for 50 cents, 80 cents, and then make $15 parting it out. And the clue pieces, I've sold clue pieces before for, a set of them for like $10.
There's a lot of games out there I don't even know the name of that strike my interest. And I know one I found that sold pretty quick on eBay. I can't remember what it was. It was a few months ago. Me and John were at Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard of it before. There was a few there, and one of them was actually worth a little money. So if you've never heard it or seen it or seen it, look it up.
Yeah, I just sold a board game a while back ago called Cathedral, and I sold it for like about pretty close to $40. I think it was like $37 or $38 used.
And Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Never overlook it.
Mm-hmm.
So the one thing I tell people over and over, to be successful in this business, you got to be curious. You got to have one of those. You got to have a mind and an attitude that if you've never seen it before, you need to figure out what it's worth. If it's something that's out of your wheelhouse, the worst thing that can happen is you can look it up and it'll be not worth that much money, and you remember it the next time. But I can't tell you how many times you find something that's very similar. I look up something and then I'll see something. I go, well, that was worth something, and it almost looks like it. So you look it up too, because similar items and categories are generally worth nearly the same amount. So I mean, there has to be you have to have a curiosity to go, damn, I wonder what the hell that's worth. I wonder what that is.
Exactly.
And it's about taking advantage of your opportunities. I mean, we told Jason the story. He's in the audience. He had a video game auction come up on a once in a lifetime auction, and he spent 2.5, 3 months getting ready for it. I believe he'll tell you how long he spent getting ready for it in the chat. And take advantage of your opportunities. Tomorrow, Harlan had given up on yard sales for the next couple months till after Halloween, and probably till next year, because there won't be a lot of yard sales this winter, especially with football here in Alabama. Yeah, he said 2 months. Football in Alabama, the weather's going to change, and people are so. But the big flea market is the Memorial Day weekend, dog days, and he's like, I forgot about dog days. So what time are we going? I mean, you just have to, even though you got a lot of stuff now, you still got to take advantage of your opportunities.
Yep. And just like that electronic thing I showed you, I showed that kind of sells for about $500 to $700. I mean, some of them sell for $9. It's crazy. I didn't know anything about it. I had no freaking clue what it was. I just looked it up, and I seen it retails for like $1,000, and I'm like, yeah, that's probably gonna have some good resale value. And the guy didn't even know what it was, so I got an entire lot of electronics, and I got like some fuse or some like Altronics breaker boxes, brand new in the box. Some of them sell for like $70 to $80. I paid the dude $100 for an entire lot of stuff. $100.
He just wanted it gone and didn't care to even know what it was worth. And
that's what he said. He's like, I'm just cleaning my crap out, and I don't want this stuff.
Hey, I want to go back to that motherboard that you were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So you put a feeler out, and somebody just randomly messaged you. How did that? Walk us through that. How did that go down? How did that deal? You don't have to do. You can do start to finish, but just the high points.
So what I do is I just put a Craigslist ad out, and I either put a generic one out or I put one out. I've been doing this for years. I put one out that's targeting specific products. So probably about a week ago, I put one out that it was targeting electronics. And I kind of put the ads kind of vague, and I give a list like iPods, iPhones, which I don't really like selling iPhones, but I have to make sure they're unlocked. But I just kind of put them in there, gaming systems. I don't put iPhones, I just put phones, because some of the older phones will actually sell really good, flip phones, stuff like that. And I put a list of stuff, and I put at the end, or any other electronics. Well, when someone messages me, like this guy messaged me, and he said, I have some CBs. How much would you give me? and I said the CBs are pretty low end. I got like 6 of them, and they're not new. They're used. I have to clean them up. I have to test them, and I'm like, I'll probably do like $20 for all of them because some of them are selling for about 10 to 15 a piece, and so it's a pretty good profit, but not great. And I'm like, hey, what else do you have? And as soon as you say, hey, what else do you have? That opens up for other things. And he's like, well, I got this Carry Electronic Systems, whatever motherboard thing. And I'm like, huh, send me a picture. And I'm like, yeah, $50 for that. And he's like, deal. And I have these breakers over here. They're Altronics. They're new in the box. And I'm like, $10. He's like, deal. That sells for $80. That sells for over 500. You know, about 400 or 500 maybe. You might get 700. But you know, that's the key is you have to ask. You have to be curious and say, what else do you have?
That is a really good point. And, you know, I say that if you live near a Habitat for Humanity, they're definitely worth going in and checking out. Because a lot of that weird stuff that you're talking about, breakers and stuff like that, over here somewhere, we went, okay, here we go. This works out really easy. I've got a bag here. Let me pull this up. I don't even know where
Funny
you guys is.
Funny that you bring up because I go to the Habitat for Humanity a ton. I just don't video it, and I pick up all sorts of cool stuff.
I picked up 8 of these lights. I paid $3 a piece, and they're Malibu do-it-yourself metal lights that go around your deck. They sell for $20 a pop. If I picked up 8 of them at $20, that's $160 for a $25 investment. Habitat for Humanity, this is stuff that I've never heard anyone else ever talk about. And I filmed, I've got a video coming out inside my Habitat for Humanity from yesterday. And that's in my Habitat for Humanity, thanks to Drory for good used goods. I picked up 4 computer monitors from there. They're old Dell computer monitors, CRT monitors. And I picked them up for $5 a piece, and they sell for about $160 a piece shipped. I probably, pound for pound, out of every place that I went yesterday, the Habitat for Humanity Restore was probably my best home run. It's because people don't go there. They don't go there thinking, maybe I can get some breakers, or maybe I can get some lighting, or maybe I can find old computers or faucets and stuff like that. To be good in this game, you definitely got to have 2 things. You got to have a brain to think outside of the box, and you got to have the motivation to follow up. Because if you can be smart, but if you don't follow up, you know, that's why I don't mind giving these hints out, because me and Scott's talked about this a lot. You can give 100 people, you can hand the keys to eBay, and probably 5 or 6 of them will ever go and seek after it. I've showed a lot of people, and very few people have ever. They just don't.
Yeah, I've been going to Habitat for Humanity for years, and I about 2 months ago picked up some fish tank kits that were sealed in the box. They were pumps, and I picked up 2 of them, sold them for $29.99 a piece sealed, and then I picked up some brand new roller blades I haven't even listed yet. So
yeah, how do you guys test your 12-volt stuff?
What do you mean?
How do you test like your CBs and stuff?
Well, so that's the thing is I have in that kit, in that lot, I have a
converter box.
I have a converter box that came with everything.
You have a 12-volt bench power supply.
No, but it's a converter box. That's kind of, so what I'll do is I'll probably figure out a rig to hook up and test them. To be honest, since I scored the rest of the stuff, a lot of the times that's the beauty of buying big lots off Craigslist, is I'll just send them to the consignment auction, and people will bid on them there, and I won't even have to test them. It just depends.
I'll share. This is what I use. I bought one a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But using one of these, man, will save you Just plug it into your wall. 2 leads and roach clip. You
Nice.
test anything low voltage from 12 volt down.
That would be great for car stereos.
Yeah.
Everything. All you need is 2 leads and a couple roach clips, and just
Yeah, you could test
put the problems in.
you can test speakers with those, probably everything.
You
Just
can
about everything.
test everything. Speakers. You can test the polarity if the
How much is that?
constant in or
How much
out.
is that, Jerry?
Them are only like $22 on eBay just for that one.
That's not bad.
Cheaper model, but I think
Yeah.
every reseller needs them if they want to deal with low voltage electronics like CVs,
Yep.
radios, stereos, anything low voltage, because it's
Yeah.
got a dial on voltage. And if you guys
Yep.
didn't know, I wanted to share that with you in case, because you can buy them cheaper, you can get better quality ones. I mean, you don't need this kind of quality,
Yeah.
but I mean, you can find better quality, kind of like an older style Radio Shacks like this, a Pyramid. I
Mhm.
used to have one of those because you can plug a cigarette lighter right into them, and they're
Oh,
nice.
nice.
If you want to spend $50, I'd recommend this one.
Yeah.
But you can't go wrong.
Rod, those are the little clips you're currently using to smoke weed with. That'll be roach clips.
Rod's like, man, that gets the energy flowing through me.
Krillin, are you serious about the Habitat for Humanity? They are an organization that builds homes for through donations and volunteer labor for under people who can't afford a house otherwise. And they have a resale store which sells some of the donated items in order to raise money. And I guess in New York City or probably where you're at, there's
Mhm.
They do stuff for homeless and people that's really down and out or falling on
Yeah.
hard times because of storms and all kinds of different reasons.
Our habitat will build a home for someone low income. They will build a brand new house and give it to them every 2 years or every year.
Yeah.
And then a lot of contractors donate stuff there. A lot of contractors do. So
They also upgrade homes. That's why you're seeing the salvage also.
Yep. A lot of architectural salvage, doorknobs, plate covers, cast iron pieces. You find a lot of architectural salvage here.
Yeah, Krillin, they have what's called a restore. Basically, that's where they sell. It's like a thrift store, but it's more.
Mhm.
It's more things that you would find in construction. It was or parts of house. I mean, there are some electronics as a small area, but if you can buy like kitchen cabinets that they've taken out of houses that people have donated because they don't want to just throw cabinets away. You can all kinds of supplies for tiles and equipment.
Mhm.
It's all kinds of. Each one's different. There's one in Wilmington where we used to live that had a lot of glassware and stuff in the front of it. So they're all different. Had games.
Yeah.
Had
This one had-
sports stuff too.
Yeah, this one had a lot of. Me and Jerry's been there before, and it's definitely a great place to stop in because I get stuff all the time. I was filming outside, and the dude was looking at me. He goes, "What you doing?" it was a black man. He's like, "What you doing, man?" I was like, "What?" And he goes, "What you doing? What you doing with that camera?" And I go, "Oh, I run a YouTube channel." Really, man? That's cool, man. What do you do? And I started talking to him about stuff, and he was super cool. You want to see some cool stuff?
Yeah, that's what a message that John just said. I'd tell that to everybody. People want to hide the camera at yard sales and stuff.
Mhm.
I talk to more people, and it opens more conversations with people wanting to know about the camera and carrying on. And they'll ask me, it's a good one. They'll say, a lot of times when I'm talking to somebody, I'll turn it off so they'll feel more comfortable. But they'll say, so what are you doing with the camera? I hit the button. I say, I have a YouTube channel. People like to tell me what I missed. They like to see if there's any video games. Do you have any video games? It gives you an end to talking to the person having the yard sale. I mean, you've got their attention, so ask them questions.
My spoiler alert, my Habitat for Humanity, they have an upstairs and it has 7 rows or 7 tiers, five like big shelving units full of books. That's where I get a lot of my books.
I want to show you guys something real quick. I got like 5 million windows open. I'll have to apologize. I picked up these advanced ballasts here. I paid $5 a piece for them. I got 5 of these, and they sell for $28 a piece. This is what it's stuff like, say, if a job site, you know, hey, you know, we're building stuff, and we ordered like 40 of these because they order extras in case one of them is bad. Because they're doing big construction sites. And when they're done, what do they do with all of that stuff? I mean, after a while, if you're a contractor, you've got so much stuff, you don't even want to mess with it anymore. So you donate it to the Habitat Restore. And a lot of your conscientious home builders and people that do remodel, they will donate stuff there because it looks good for their company. A lot of these companies, they get logos to put on their trucks because they support the organization. They get brought up, they get mentioned, and people want to use people that are conscientious for the needs of other people. So there's just a lot of stuff that flows through there. But I want to show you guys there's all kinds of stuff you can get there. I got this. This is a hat. It's the heartbeat of America. It's a Chevy trucker's hat. That is awesome. And these were the hats. I got this Gateway Bobcat. That's corduroy, but it's a hot mess. I got this Pat Kelly Equipment Company hat, and then I got this Hilt hat. Hilty. I got this Sikkim Sig. It's some kind of I'm guessing it's some kind of sorority. This neon scooter hat. And then I picked up this Carpenter Local 417. That's probably be out of St. Louis. But I wanted to show you some of these other hats that I got. I picked up another one of these Pat Kelly Equipment hats. All of this was from the Restore. This Epcot Center hat. That's too cool. This hat that just says Grace. I believe it's a K Products hat, and it just got a thing on there that says Grace. Fred Weber, they're a big construction company out of St. Louis. I want to show you. I got a couple really cool hats. This is Pine Gar, Republic, Missouri, Chevrolet. I like this because it's Chevrolet, and it's got the name of a town on it. You can use all of those as keywords. Jack Schmidt, Chevrolet. It says, you don't know. They used to have a logo. What was their slogan? You don't know. If you don't know Jack Schmidt, you don't know anything, or something like that. But this is the coolest hat ever. I don't know what it is. It's just got the look. It's a red, white, and blue vintage Washington, D.C. trucker style hat. It's in super great shape. It was made in Taiwan, so it's a little bit older. I don't know what that's worth, but that hat made me happy finding it. And I found all
K products.
It's not K Products, but it's made in Taiwan, so it's got age, which is weird. American, Washington, D.C. But I bought all of these hats. See all of these hats here? Rod at Win by Doing, my brother from another mother. I got all of those hats from the Habitat for Humanity Restore.
Let me guess, they were 50 cents each?
They were 50 cents each. You are a genius, my friend. My bearded genie.
Yeah, I did. I think it was in the last sales video I did. I sold one of the hats from an estate sale. It was it had the Pershing 2 missile on it, and I got immediate feedback saying, I bought this for my son. He absolutely loves it. It's cool when you rescue something out of a closet in an estate sale, knowing it's going to go in the trash, and you get $24 for it, and somebody else is glad to have it. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I picked up a Kirby G2 for $10 at a Habitat, and I'm going to part it out. And the parts
exactly
good money.
Kirby vacuums suck if you got to sell the whole vacuum, but if you can part that thing out, you can make a killing on it.
Actually used to sell Kirby vacuums door to door right when I got out of high school, just for a summer job. And
hey lady, you want to buy a vacuum?
Honestly, like on the G2, the bag, just the cloth bag, will sell for about $30. So
I think there's been a lot of great information given here tonight. A lot more than you see from some places, but without having to pay for a subscription.
There's
coming
money in
out.
almost everything. It's just according to how you want to look at it.
Yep. Well, almost everything. I mean, but
Almost.
yeah, almost.
Yeah,
But
what are these courses you speak of?
we're going to start one up called the Blue Room.
Mine's gonna be Dollar Tree to Bucks.
Dollar Tree to Bucks.
The VIP room with the bearded picker. That sounds like it should be in a strip club somewhere, doesn't it?
The
Yeah,
VIP,
it
though,
kinda does, yeah.
the P stands for picker. Very important picker.
The bearded mastermind group.
Yeah. When y'all hear that, I'll just you'll know that I'm giving up YouTube and I'm done.
I'd like to find some parts for a rainbow vacuum.
Yeah, my mom, believe it or not, my mom actually used to have one of those back in the day. I don't even know if it might still be in her shed. May have to go down there and snag it.
I think my parents had one, but we switched over to a potato cannon, parts of it.
Nice.
The Roll Tide room.
Even back in the day, though, those rainbow vacuums were super freaking expensive.
They were. We had one that they worked so well. Our carpet had bald spots in it because we wouldn't. My dad was too cheap to replace the carpet in the house, so it was horrible. But it sucked the carpet out of the ground.
Probably the best vacuum that I've ever used is either a Kirby or a rainbow vacuum, because the Kirby's, they will completely just annihilate dirt on a carpet.
That's crazy. You got me. I'm gonna spend money because Jerry showed me that thing. I'm buying that thing for $21.99.
You won't beat it, brother.
I'm gonna buy it right now.
Well, there's a lot of tools.
If you buy the cheap one, John, keep an eye out for good quality one around reselling.
Yeah, I've seen them before, but I might just. I always do that. I'll buy this thing today, and I'll go somewhere tomorrow, and there'll be one there for $5. It's just it never fails.
Then you throw it in a box and sell it. No biggie. That's a small investment. Sorry, Scott, for interrupting.
Yeah, I was doing in a video. I was talking about the stuff that I was using, and something. I know it's hard because as resellers, you get to be very cheap because you think the same way John is. Damn it, I can find it at the yard sales tomorrow. I'm gonna run into it at the thrift store. I can do it. Sometimes you got to spend some money on tools and parts of your business. I mean, it's just part of it.
Well, sometimes you got to see it as a write-off more than an investment also.
Yep.
I mean, because then even if the investment is just your time, like I was talking about this scanner here. That's only a $20 scanner. It's a wired scanner, and I'm doing barcodes from the books. How 47 books? How long is it going to take me to type in all them damn barcodes versus mashing the button one time?
A lot.
And most time it's twice because to get it in the inventory lab, I need the barcode, and then I would have looked it up on my phone if the phone didn't have a camera or I don't have the app on the phone to figure out what the use by box is. I mean, so the printer, the same printer that I used to make the labels for, it also made the mailing labels. I mean, tomorrow I'll be you'll see this at the flea market in the video because I'll be scanning books with a scanner because I'm not going to type them in the phone when I'm time. Investment in your business to save you time so you can do other things is once you're totally looking at your business as a business when you can buy things for your business that make a difference in your efficiency and then in turn your quality of life. Because
and if you're not investing back in your business, you're not growing.
Because you can never do anything faster. I mean, Shane, how many books have you scanned with your scanner already?
Oh my God. I'll be honest. If I pull up the app, it's probably going to be let me pull up on my app and see my total scans, my lifetime scans or whatever.
Yeah, I bet you've scanned more than I have.
Oh my gosh, it's I don't even I don't even know. Let's see here.
Sorry,
My
guys.
lifetime scans is I deleted it once and reset it. It's gonna be about 17,000.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only at 3,000.
Yep. I reset it 2 weeks ago. Or no, almost a month ago. So about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And I'm already at almost 10,000 again for lifetime scans. Because you reset it, and I do that I don't know every few weeks. I just reset the whole thing.
Yeah, Rod, you're exactly right. Sometimes you need to spend $8 on a remote to increase the value. And the thing that I try to tell people is not only are you increasing the value of that VCR, you're making it more desirable, and that's even more important than the value you're increasing, because the name of the game is you hadn't made any money on it until you've sold it. And if you're making it better for the customer, they want to pay a few dollars extra to get the cables with it. I put a manual on the CD if I don't have the manual, and I always had the remote with them. I mean, it's very rare that I don't sell the remote, and I'm not selling them now because I don't have any listed.
I like to go and print out the manual online if it doesn't have it, and just staple it and throw it in the pictures or whatever.
Man, some of them are hundreds of pages. I mean, there's
Well,
some of these other ones. I get tired of printing 20 or 30 pages whenever I can just put them on disk.
Usually,
Yeah.
if it's crazy pages, I won't print it out. But there was there was like something I sold. It was a board game, and I printed out the instructions, and it was like 3 pages. And I'm like, yeah, 3 pages isn't too bad.
No, board games are different. The people want the instructions in their hand while they're trying to do the board game. So, that they're generally 4, 5, 6 pages. So they're different.
Yeah.
Them board games, in case you guys didn't know, USPS actually has on their thing where you can have them free boxes for board game sizes,
Yep.
and they'll ship them right to your house.
Yeah, but they charge you for large priority
Flat
shipping.
rate.
So
Flat rate, yeah.
yeah,
Or a
so
large flat rate, yeah.
generally I can get cheaper than what they can.
Yeah, usually.
You just got to have the right size box.
Until the last couple of times when they've upped the price of the medium and the large flat rates to where before, when they first started those things, the large flat rate wasn't nearly as expensive. But
you don't have to pay the flat rate. You can just use the Postal Service stickers and cover up the flat rate part, and just do it by size and weight. I do it. And my mailman, my postmaster here, just covered him up with stickers. He goes, as long as it's not visible, it ain't no big deal.
Yeah.
So just so you know.
I like the shoe boxes a lot. I do a lot of shoes, and the shoe boxes are the opposite. They're just priority by weight, and they're nice.
Treasure hustlers are back.
I do have the board game boxes though, and I'm glad you brought that up, Jerry, because what's good is I sell a few golf clubs every now and then, and what's good is they have the triangle boxes, and those are awesome.
Yeah, I can pick a whole set. I can put a whole set of irons in 2 of them boxes just by sliding them down to each other, and you can stair step them like 2 this way, 2 that way, 2 this way, 2 that way, and have the irons at each end so it's not heavy on one end.
Yep. And a lot, like I do a lot of drivers and stuff, and the last couple drivers I sent out, they were too long, so I just sliced the box in half, and then I fit it over the other one, and they slide right on, and then you just tape it around, and yeah, I love them. That reminds me, I need to order more boxes.
But not bubble mailers.
No, not bubble mailers. I'm still selling quite a few, and I'm good in that department still.
So Jackie, are you trying to say I was so boring I put you to sleep? Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, you can call it bad advice all you want, but I mean, it works for me. So
Well, you get. I mean, if there's any doubt, ask your postmaster. So
Yeah.
Don't argue with me. Argue with mine or yours.
And here's the thing though. Sometimes the post office is not always right either. I've ran into this where
well,
the
good
shoot.
luck. Good luck changing their mind if they think they're right.
Well, so all right. Well, and I'll tell you this real quick. So when we first moved to this town, it's a really small town, really small post office. The first time I used the shoebox, I cut them down, and I cut them down and I fold them, kind of up, and they refused to accept it because it was altered. And I actually pulled up the policy on USPS. You can alter priority boxes. You can't alter flat rate. And so you just have to be kind of wary of that. And they said, oh.
Has anyone sold anything weird this week?
No, not weird.
I had a weird sale. I was cleaning the living room the other night. I thought we were going to get a couple kids from because we're foster parents, and it ended up not working out. But I took the cover that we had on our couch off to be laundered, and I had this Chanel bedspread that was the god-awfulest, most ugliest thing that you could ever hope to see. And somehow I posted it. My wife posted it or something. My wife posted it. Where did you post it at?
I posted on Instagram.
On Instagram.
A picture of the cat sitting on the couch.
The picture of our cat sitting on the couch. And it was the most god-awfulest. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I don't know if I can pull up her. But one of her friends seen it on her Instagram and just had to have it. So that made me think we had to cut down a priority box to ship it to her. I just thought that was funny. That was my first Instagram sale. So yeah, if you list stuff on Instagram, sometimes people will see it and want to buy it. It's crazy. Here's the picture of my cat. Let me do a screen share here, and it's going to share this. Okay, here it is. This is a picture of my cat sitting on it. Can you guys see it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it? Well, that's the blanket that the cat was sitting on. It's one of them Chanel. It was like a peacock blanket or something like that, and that's all they seen, and they were in love, and that was over.
Like embroidered.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not really embroidery. It's like a I don't know what they call it. It's crazy, but yeah, that lady had to have it, and she sent it. When she sent the payment for it, she said, for the most awesome blanket in the whole world, or something like that.
It was Chanel, right?
Huh?
Said it was Chanel, right?
Yeah.
People go crazy for that Chanel stuff.
It wasn't the Chanel. She couldn't care less about it. It was the absolutely ridiculous pattern.
She apparently likes the chenille and she likes birds.
She likes the chenille and she likes birds. So
Well, she
it's better than.
She needs some glasses.
What'd she
Yeah.
give you for
She
it?
needs some glasses.
We got like $20 out of it. It's probably worth way more than that. But I know the lady and she's a sweetheart and
Hell,
good mom.
Terry's auction probably would have been 60 to 100.
Probably. But it had been sitting in the top of my closet over there forever, and I just pulled it out because I'm like, this thing's so ugly. I want to put it on the couch. I don't know why. I'm weird like that, and well, it's gone. So freed up room.
Somebody's saying that peacock one is high dollar.
Yeah, it could be. I'm glad it's going to a good home.
You could have retired on that one peacock.
Yeah, you never know. Some of that Chanel stuff, vintage, goes crazy money, upwards to I don't even know. I've seen stuff go for $500.
Makes you wonder if she knew it was Chanel before you did.
She doesn't buy and sell stuff.
Oh,
It's going. She's you know her, but yeah, it's it is a really good piece. But sometimes, I've made almost $3,000 this week. I'll throw somebody a bone, and hopefully karma comes back around, and I'll sell a bunch more.
Yeah, I just looked them up for kicks and giggles. There's a 1950s double peacock chenille bedspread. It sells for $220 plus shipping.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's one for $325.
Yeah.
Here's one here for $275. Good for her. Good. I am glad. I've still got it boxed up over here somewhere, but I'm glad she's getting it. She's a good person and got a big heart, and it's ugly. I bought it at an auction for $6.
Ugly sells though. Ugly sells.
It does,
sure.
and I knew it. And I knew it would. And I knew, like I told you, I had a feeling there was money there, but it don't matter.
Right.
I bought some dishes, stoneware dishes for $30 up at St. Vincent de Paul, and they're sitting right over there. I paid $30 for the set of them, and they're made in Italy, and they'll sell for I probably got $300 worth of dishes there. So, sometimes it's just really cool to pay stuff forward to people, especially friends. I was at Goodwill the other day with a friend of mine that's getting into reselling, and I picked up a piece. I looked it up and I handed it to him. I said, "Sell this. It's worth $40. You're getting into this. You need something that's going to sell. Sell it." He messages me yesterday or the day before, and he goes, "I got to go to the post office. That item you gave me, he'd sold for $40." So I gave him $40. It was like me opening up my wallet, taking $40 out and handing it to him. But I don't know. It's not always about money.
Just usually.
What was it that I found? I found a Stars and Straps hat. It was a DC Stars and Straps at Goodwill the other day. Now that's something to look out for. It's a gray Stars and Straps clothing hat, and the comps on that were like $90.
Well, has anybody else got anything else to talk about? Because we're getting pretty close to the hour and a half mark.
Be sure that you subscribe. If you're watching this, make sure that you're subscribed to Jerry's channel. Make sure that that way you don't miss future shows. So just hit that subscribe button real quick. And be sure to hit the thumbs up so because YouTube loves that stuff. They love the interactions. Or thumbs down, whatever you feel. If it's still an interaction, we'll take it.
Right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure almost everybody in here is subbed to me as we speak. But if not, make sure. It'd be pretty cool to have you as, I consider them friends. If you're subbed to me, I want to treat you like family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
But Shane, do you got anything to end this out with?
For me, I would say that if you're looking to increase your sales on eBay or Amazon or wherever, it comes down to making good choices, sourcing good products, and actually following through and listing them. And that's it. You just gotta hustle. And I was telling Scott, or it might have been Lonnie, this other day, I said, you know what? I said, I thought selling on Amazon was going to be easy, and scanning books and shipping books is probably the hardest I've ever worked on reselling. It just is. It's hard. It's hard work. So you got to hustle to get the books, and you got to find them. So.
And the packages are heavy.
Yeah, 100 pounds in 3 packages.
Right. That's the kind you take to the FedEx or wherever location. Yep. You carry them to where they're going for them.
Yep, exactly.
Scott, you got anything to end off the show with?
No, man, I need to take a nap. I got Harlan's picking me up at 5:15.
Nice.
If I went to bed right now, I wouldn't even get 6 hours sleep.
No, you wouldn't.
Where did you you got big yard sales tomorrow?
Now the flea market in Ardmore, Tennessee, we're going to theirs. They have two real big ones every year, Memorial Day and Labor Day. So it's this weekend. So we're gonna do the flea market all morning.
All right. Well, John, you got a question right in chat. You might as well answer it and end off with your closing arguments.
Where's the question?
Uh,
About
Pressure
going
Hustlers.
live.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be. Yeah, I was just answered. I'm gonna start doing some more live stuff late at night. We've just been really busy with the kids getting back into school, and my internet was really crappy for a while. They were having some troubles with the tower, but it seems to be getting somewhat better. And now that now that honestly, now that I'm monetized, it doesn't. I've learned that you don't get rich from it. I've made about $40 this month. Woohoo! But the fact is, I want to do more. I want to do more and give more to the people that subscribe to me because I think it'll pay off in the end. I want to treat my YouTube as as part of my business. So I will be doing more stuff.
TW Holiday, we usually hang out in Twitch. I'm waiting to get a 1080p camera for Twitch, something with a higher resolution than this little 720, because it requires a little bit more. And my computer can't really handle the full stream game, anything like that yet. But eventually I'm going to lead into Twitch and YouTube and multi-platform sharing my stream.
Are you going to do gaming and reselling, or just?
Yeah, I am. But I need to wait until I can get me a nice 1080p camera. That way I can do it the bit rate I need. And I got a gaming addiction lately. World of Warcraft come out with a new expansion, so I've been not listening very much.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, World of Warcraft, and plus kids going to school and stuff, so I've limited on time and everything. And I'm still struggling. I can't just drive and go anywhere I want anymore. I got priorities. But I will be building up my channel soon. So if you're wanting to see more from me, just stay tuned. It will be coming. And I guess that's going to finish off this Reseller Therapy number 10. I think next week it's going to be on, is it Shane's channel?
No, I think it's
Scott's turn. Reseller Therapy next Friday at 10 p.m. And wasn't there something else, Scott? Didn't you have something coming up? Thought I heard you say something.
Oh, Tuesday evening, I'll be on Wade's Ventures. They're going to do an hour interview with me on his channel. He interviews like at least one a day, and so he reached out to me today and wanted to if he could do that. So
you said something about C.L. Lewis or something. I don't know who it is.
He's an author. He wrote the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
C.S. Lewis?
Yeah. Or C.S., yeah. If that's the same person I'm thinking of, I could be way out left field now.
I didn't know if you wanted to plug anything with that or anything, but
yeah, that'll be Tuesday night. I'll start adding it to.
All right. Anybody got anything else before I hang this up? And that's a no. So we love you all. We love that you come and waste your time listening to us. It's really important to us. It's really important to us. We have an audience to talk to and answer questions. And no matter if you don't think they're right or whatever or disagree with us, it's cool. We still love you anyway. And we'll catch you on the next show. Have a good night.
See everybody.
Bye.